It's the 2025 season here at Paultons Park, and yes, I'm a little bit late. It's beginning of March. I know they have been open for half term, but we want to get down and start enjoying our rides for 2025. Now, those that don't know, where I live in Portsmouth, actually, this is the closest major theme park to me, and I don't visit it enough. It's going to change this year. You're going to see a lot more from Paultons Park, and I mean a lot more from Paultons Park this year. So, welcome to 2025. Let's take you on some rides. Now, our first coaster here at Paultons Park is going to be Cobra, which, to be fair, isn't usually open this time of year. They don't usually get it open till March. Now, we will be doing an update from around. You'll see a little bit going around, but we kind of want to get on some rides, to be honest with you. It just feels like we want to get on some rides. And you can see how busy the car park here. It's not actually that quiet here today. Oh, but this is a cracking ride, this one. Absolute cracking ride. Now, Edge isn't open quite yet. That does tend to open in the March time, and it's going to be no different this year as well. But to see Cobra and indeed Magma open, it's just brilliant news. It really is brilliant news. This is a great coaster. And this is our only Ghostly bobsleigh as well in the country. Fantastic little ride. Especially these bunny hops. Whee! Whee! And there we go. Right. Ride number one done. Right, there are quite a few people here in Fence. There are some school groups here as well, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised about for Paultons Park. But I'm going to do Magma next. The SBF drop tower isn't, again, usually open until the main season. The real main season is the 28th of March. But as you can see, we're going to get straight on. And here we are on Magma. Now, this gives a great view of the park. And indeed the surrounding areas, to be fair. There is actually a golf course over the back. I always forget there's a golf course over the back. And unlike some other ones, this one does actually spin as well. As we look over to Tornado Springs, we're going to be heading into Lost Kingdom next. Get a little ride on Velociraptor and of course Flight of the Pterosaur before heading out down to Tornado Springs. Obviously skipping Peppa Pig World. We don't need to go into Peppa Pig World. Magma there. So if you can't tell, this video is going to be very much rides. That's pretty much what I've come for after a hard day at work. I start quite early. I don't really want to think I've had a half day, but yeah, it's open 10:30 till 4:30. It's a quiet day. It's a Monday today. 3rd of March for anyone that's actually interested. So yeah, generally it should be a quiet day, but actually the park's much busier than I thought it would be. Bearing in mind a lot of the parks around the UK, when I say a lot, I can't think of any others that are open today. Paultons Park is for rides and roller coasters. So why wouldn't I come down and make the most of it? We are now heading to Velociraptor here on the left before heading on Flight of the Pterosaur.
And on time, here we go!
Alright, here we go. Brilliant ride. Unbelievably, the people on here have actually queued for the middle. Other than that, there is nobody in the station for Flight of the Pterosaur. Here we go on Flight of the Pterosaur. I'm not trying to get front row, I just want to point that out. There are more people here now, but there wasn't. I'd probably prefer back row on this one. I might queue for the back row next time. Ooh, yeah. Oh, it does push you down though, which is nice. And this helix is superb. Of course, we've walked under this. If you go back on the channel, you can see the behind the scenes that pushes you right back in. Love it. If you can't tell, today is very much about the thrill rides. Paulton's thrill rides as we head over towards Tornado Springs. Now, Splash Lagoon is the other ride which doesn't reopen until the end of March, which is fine by me because although it looks warm today, it is only 11 degrees. And you do get a bit of a splash on that. So I'm going to take the scenic route, have a look at the birds on the way through, because why not? And then head over to Tornado Springs. Of course, get on Cyclonator and Storm Chaser, which we'll take you on board on. This is still, for me, the best themed area in the country. Home to Storm Chaser and, of course, the massive gyro swing Cyclonator over there. The Storm Chaser is a fantastic ride. Now, it may not be a custom one, it might be off the shelf, but honestly, it does pull some forces. You can see it's gleaming for this year. Paultons did share it's had its bath last month, ready for the new season. And although it is the best themed area, this, I wonder for how long. So I have a feeling Paultons might beat that themselves down the other end, but we're going to start with Cyclonator and then move over to Storm Chaser. How often do you see these effects work? Honestly, I just love it. Every time I come, it works. Right, here we go for Cyclonator. A fantastic gyro swing this. Not one you expect to find necessarily at Paultons Park. But don't take it lightly. If you've never been on it, do not take it lightly. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. I think it is quite windy. I apologise in advance. Oh, here we go. A floaty air time as well at the top here. Awesome proper up moments. Swing just right that you get a bit of everything. The other way. Oh yeah. Oh, fantastic. Good soundtrack. Let's not forget the custom soundtrack for Tornado Springs. You can find it on Spotify. Hey, brilliant. It is Storm Chaser time. Now, I will just say, Cyclonator, now that Eagle's Claw has gone, has moved in second place for me behind Maelstrom at Drayton Manor as the best gyro swing we have in the country. I do think Maelstrom, the Intamin one, is just a bit, I say a bit better. I think it's a fantastic ride, really is, but that is brilliant. That is really, really brilliant, that, and a perfect thrill machine for Paultons Park. Now, again, when we talk about family rides, in fairness, I don't think we talk enough about Storm Chaser. We mentioned 13, we might mention Vampire as well, potentially, as well as Gold Rush. Now, again, I do think Gold Rush takes it. I think Drayton Manor excel in both of those, but actually, I think this gives a better ride, a better thrilling ride than what 13 does. I think many people argue 13 to One Trick Pony. Take the brakes off the drop, maybe it's a different ride. But they haven't. They've left them on there. And this, on the right spin, pulls some real forces. I love this ride. And I might lap it a few times now, I can't lie to you. But we'll take you on board for one of them. Now, this isn't necessarily a back row coaster. I think from the front row where you actually get pushed through the helixes might feel a bit better, but there's a little bit. I say there's a queue for the front, there's one person at the front, and I'm feeling back row. Monday afternoon, beginning of March, what better than a ride on Storm Chaser? Here we go. we are still moving. This bit is epic. Oh. And here we go. The daffodils are indeed coming out for spring here at Paultons Park, and this always looks gorgeous here and over there as well, and it will do in a couple of weeks when they all come out. There we go, that is Paultons Park. That's our first visit of the season. We wanted to take you on some rides, kind of touch base with what's going on. There's a lot of exciting development happening here. A lot of it always goes under the radar. If you want to check out Ghostly Manor, we're going to have a closer look at that in a minute from the outside. It looks stunning, absolutely stunning. And of course we have a Vikings area coming for 2026, and although information at the moment is limited, a lot of work is going on down there, as I'm sure you've seen from some of the POVs, and we'll talk through that as well on the video. Have you been to Paultons Park? If you haven't, I'm telling you now, it's the best looking theme park we've got in the country.